What podcast reviewer 37 describes as an indiscriminate hellish ride that I would not wish on my worst enemy. The industry's elite have said time and again, man, fuck those guys. Get ready, if your ears had butts, they'd about to be fucked. Welcome to the Butt Fuck Nowhere Show. Oh, yeah. What's happening, everybody? Well, welcome back.
What's crack-a-lady?
To a brand new episode of the BFN Show. My name's Josh here today with good buddy Adam.
Yes, hello.
And today I wanted to talk about a recent problem or an issue that we had with YouTube. And there's going to be some people that are in the camp of, well, that's a private company and they can do what they want. You're right. You are right. YouTube can choose and pick what they want to censor and what they don't want to censor. But where the line is drawn is applying it equally and fairly across the board. And I have evidence that that's for sure not happening. And now I know bringing this up, I'm sure someone from YouTube's going to listen to it and they're going to change the algorithm to apply it equally and fairly across the board to us, even though we are kind of benefiting from it not being applied equally and fairly, but whatever. We had a video that we did for the Central Unintelligence podcast, and it was called The Razor's Edge. And it was a title of, we were talking about Iran versus the U.S. and how we're basically on this razor's edge of, you know, whether it's going to go to full-blown war or peace or whatever, right? Like, that was the meaning behind the title. And we only talked about that subject. And so when we posted it, I got a thing from YouTube saying that our video had been age restricted. And I said, okay, so I went and clicked on it to see why. It was and what concerned me was not that we make money from YouTube, because we fucking don't, but it just said that, like, oh, your video has been age restricted, and that means that monetization will be affected, as well as who the video is shown to and how it's promoted. So I said, okay, well, now that's an issue. So let me look and see what they're targeting it for, because we don't get those a lot. I mean, we rarely, I think we've had maybe, that's the second video or third video in our whole slew of, God, we have probably a fucking 1,000 podcasts on, that we've done and at least, and I would say that that's probably the third episode or so that we've had. So anyways, so I clicked on it and it said that it was due to specifically talk of suicide and promoting suicide. And I was like, what the fuck? So you can rebuttal it. So I rebuttal back and it said, hey, we definitely didn't talk about suicide. So can you point to me the exact time frame so I can go back and listen to where suicide was referenced, and if that's an issue, we'll address it or whatever. I didn't say anything about taking it out because we don't fucking do that, but I just said we'll address it. And so then, like, I don't know, 30 minutes later, I get like a response back saying that my claim was declined, and that that the video was going to remain age restricted with all of the negative connotations that go with that, such as it not being promoted and no monetization and all that kind of stuff. And it was due to explicit excessive profanity or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So I kind of started researching it, and kind of the conclusion that I came to is that they have an AI that goes through the algorithm and it checks your videos, and I think that it just glances at, like, the titles. And so because our title Razor must be a fucking, like, trigger word for fucking pussies, saying, oh, it just triggers me to think about suicide. So it flags it, and it just throws it into the category of promoting or talking about suicide. And so when I filed the appeal, I believe, as my research has led me to believe, that there is the AI then when you get your appeal, which is why you get a response so quickly, there's no fucking person that sits there and fucking watches this or does this. It's just all fucking digital AI shit. And so the AI goes and then runs through your video transcript and finds, okay, all of the violations of why it would be done. And so I got a response. So that response saying that no, it's going to still continue to be age restricted because of excessive profanity. So it had nothing to do with suicide or anything like that. But point being, all of our episodes have excessive profanity. Like everything we do has excessive profanity. There's plenty of channels that have explicit profanity, and they don't check your shit unless you have within the first 1 minute or whatever. It doesn't do all that shit. As long as you don't say any cuss words in the first minute, it doesn't do that bullshit because the AI doesn't. It only checks the first minute, right? So that's where I have the problem. It's bullshit because that video was affected. That video's only had one fucking view, and that's not normal for us to just get a single view. But I believe it's because it was restricted, and then they just don't promote it in anything. It doesn't go into anything. So I think it's fucking horseshit that they do that, and I think it's bullshit that they do it to only certain people and only certain things. They don't apply it evenly across the board. So because the AI got caught and the AI was wrong, that it did nothing to do with suicide, they then, instead of saying, okay, cool, our bad, we'll go ahead and unage restrict it. No, then they look for a fucking reason to keep the age restriction on there. So technically, well, we weren't wrong. It still needed to be age restricted. We just said it was to be age restricted for the wrong thing. We were wrong about what it should be for, but it still needed to be age restricted. So I think it's bullshit. Fuck them. Fuck everybody. Fuck AI. All right. It's just fucking horrible.
I have a feeling what happened was they have probably keywords that they don't want to see in titles, and regardless of what the context is, it's just they don't think it amounts to anything good. Even so, it is rather strange though, because I have seen videos like there's this channel called Psych to Go, and it's kind of making psychology into bite-sized videos, I guess. So if it's a specific subject about like suicide or depression or mental illness or ADHD or bipolar disorder, it has those things in its title. But like, I think I have seen ones on this channel specifically for suicidal thoughts or suicide, right? So it's like for that channel, they're doing fairly well. I mean, it has a number of subscribers. I think it's probably like in the 6-figure, 7 figures that it has subscribers or whatever. And, the videos do well themselves. So it's like, for something like that to address a topic of suicide directly, why is there an issue with that versus something that they don't necessarily have context about the way in which we use the word razor's edge? Like, they just kind of assumed or made the assumption that the razor's edge implied suicide. Like, we didn't even say it directly, but for this other channel, they talk about it directly, and they're still a monetized channel.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're not like a super huge fucking channel. And I think that these enforcement actions are, and this is my opinion, just so we don't get sued, because I'm allowed to have an opinion, and it can be wrong. But my opinion is that the enforcement actions, if you were to audit YouTube's enforcement actions, they would be at a much higher rate for channels that have under the full monetization limit. Like, how they put that limit to like fully monetize your channel or whatever. I have a feeling that those channels that do not have that are higher likelihood and probably have higher amounts of enforcement actions than the channels that do make them money. Because the channels that make them money, they're paying them a share of its revenue sharing. So the channels that have huge amounts of views that are making them money, they're not going to fucking hamstring them. They're going to do nothing but try to help and support and promote them, which is how you get these Mr. Beast and how you get these certain streamers that all of a sudden just blow the fuck up. Because once you pass that threshold, if YouTube deems you worthy, they're going to start pushing your shit out to everybody. Because I think that is the cracking the algorithm. There's no way to do it. People talk all this shit about how to SEO and all this shit. No, that shit's all a lie. It's if the machine decides it wants to back you. So even though you're an independent fucking whatever, you're still dependent upon YouTube doing it, because if you cross YouTube, because there's major channels that have crossed YouTube and pissed them off, and YouTube takes them down, and now they're fucked, and they have a very difficult time getting back up to where they were, and never get anywhere close to where they were once their channel's been taken down by YouTube because they went against the fucking narrative, or they pissed them off, or did whatever, right? And so it goes back to that whole thing about, even though if you wanted to be like an independent streamer, you're still working for somebody. You're still at the behest of YouTube. Because yeah, if you're making them a bunch of money, they're gonna say, hey, we don't like you talking about this certain thing, so like, you know, we need you to not do that, or else we're gonna get rid of you. And then you say, nah, I'm gonna be me. Okay, cool. We're just gonna get rid of your shit.
Or you get to the point you have so much leverage that they can't.
Yeah.
Touch you.
Well,
yeah.
Mr. Beast and YouTube and like Joe Rogan, nobody's fucking with them. Joe Rogan has gotten him. He makes so much money for fucking. Well, I don't know how much money he makes for Spotify or whatever, but they paid him enough money to where he can do whatever the fuck he wants, and they're never gonna tell him to fuck off because cool, you guys gave me all this guaranteed fucking money, so they're never gonna tell him to not say what he wants to say. Mr. Beast makes YouTube so much fucking money. You know what's his name? PewDiePie or whatever. He used to be fucking at the top. He was making shit tons of money for them. He could probably have done whatever the fuck he wanted, but you know, smaller channels don't get that same leverage or that same leeway, because if you don't, and even the medium size and fairly large channels that aren't up at that level, I mean, yeah, they're gonna comply with what people want them to do because they want to keep making that YouTube money. So, you know, but it sucks because I guarantee you, if we were to like, there were to be a legit independent audit of YouTube's enforcement actions, I guarantee you that we would see a shit ton more on the channels that aren't making them any money, as opposed to the channels that are making them shit tons of money. So, you know, and likely if you were to audit some of those channels that are making them shit tons of money, they would likely be, you know, doing some of the same shit that we're doing, or saying some of the same shit that we're doing, and just nothing happening to them because they're making money. So YouTube fucking overlooks it or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's bullshit, and I fucking hate it. And fuck YouTube, and you know, they can all go fuck themselves. You know, whatever. They ain't paying us any money, so who gives a fuck? Like, I can be honest. And even when they do pay money, and that's the thing, even when they do pay us money, I don't give a fuck. I'll still tell you, say fuck YouTube, all right? Like I will say fuck YouTube as I'm cashing the check from YouTube, all right? Like, fuck them. They're a bunch of assholes. And hey, if I'm wrong, and that's not how it is, and it's like straight across the board, I think I have more than enough evidence with just our own videos that we've posted to show that the shit's not being enforced evenly and fairly across the board, because we have several videos that are all like that and nothing fucking has been done. So I think that if I'm wrong, cool, fucking tell me, show me the evidence of how I'm wrong, but until otherwise, I'm fucking right, and you can all go fuck yourselves. Anyways, you got anything else to add?
No.
Oh, I did want to say a little tidbit at the end. We went to this Reptile Show today. If you could check, you peep my sweet tats that I got. I got some sweet tats. I got a snake with a fucking top hat on. It's fucking. I got this sweet ass snake with a sword or a dagger or something. I don't know what it is, but man, those places are like the scummiest fucking carny fucking shits I've ever been to, man. Like, it is fucking bad. And we were one of Katie's friends got bought us all tickets to go for Chloe's birthday. That was like her gift to Chloe was tickets to the Reptile Expo. And man, so I thank you to the person who did this. You know who you are if you're listening. But man, it was Chloe loved it. She had a great time. But dude, it is some carny ass shit, and there are just like these it's like, instead of them operating rides, they're fucking selling snakes. Like, they're selling snakes, geckos, all kinds of weird shit. And it's just like, you look at these snakes, and these big ass fucking snakes in these tiny little fucking clear tubs. They look like cookie tins. Yeah. And they just look like they want to kill themselves. And I'm just like, God damn, that's so fucking sad. Yeah. Like, it's just depressing, man. And then there was like this one gecko that was like, he kept wanting to get out, and he was just like trying to get out, and like he kept trying to stick to the top of the thing, but he couldn't do it, and it was so sad. And he was in this tiny little cup, this clear little soup cup that they had him in. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I'm like, this motherfucker probably lives in this cup. And now all these assholes are around him, and he's fucking like, what the fuck, dude? So
And he was born into that.
yeah,
Probably,
yeah, he knows nothing else, and all he wants to do is escape.
Yeah.
And like, it's just, man, and then the dudes with the fucking the prices and shit, and like they all want way too much money for this shit. And it's like, look, I get it. You're at the Reptile Expo. Like, you probably have people that are there because they really, really like fucking reptiles, and they're willing to maybe pay a little more than like store prices. But goddamn, like, this is just not even wanting to haggle. Like, just fucking nah, this is the price. And it's crazy to see the price discrepancies too, because some of them, I don't think they all talk. Like, I think they're supposed to, because like I think I snitched some guy out by accident because there was one snake that Katie liked, and this one dude had it for fucking like, it was like $900, and then this dude like 3 booths down had it for like $300, and I was like, hey man, like what's up with this one? Why is it $900? He was telling me all this shit, and I'm like, oh, that's funny because it's the same as this other fucking guy that had one down the road. He only wants $300, and he was like, oh yeah, and he was like, hold on a minute, and then I said, all right, and then he left, and like he went over that direction, and I'm sure he went over to tell that dude, hey, bump your price to fucking $900, dude. Like, what are you fucking smoking crack? We're trying to make some motherfucking money here.
What is this, OPEC of snakes?
I think so. It's snake peck. Like, so, I don't know, man. It's just real weird and scummy, and like, even it's just like, it's dingy and it's like dim, and like you could tell that they oversold the number of vendors. Like, they fit more than what the maximum amount of vendors should be, because the aisles were like wide enough for like basically just 2 people to walk. And you got assholes that are standing there staring at snakes and shit. So like, okay, you can't get by people because it's literally a 2-lane highway and there's a car parked on each side of the fucking road. So like, how the fuck are you going to squeeze through? And another thing, this isn't necessarily to do with the people running there or the vendors, but the fucking people that went there just have no fucking concept of like fucking personal space. Even when you're like outside and you're like, motherfuckers just want to all jam in together. It's like these weird clumps of people. And I'm like, are you motherfuckers snakes? Like, what is going on here? And like, dude, people just be touching me and shit. And I'm like, yo, don't fucking touch me, bro. Like, just fucking back off, all right? Like, I don't know what the fuck you think this is. This ain't an orgy, okay? This is a fucking snake show. All right, we're here to look at snakes and not be touched inappropriately by other motherfuckers, all right? So I don't know. Anyway, so it just really, and then they had a fish thing. They had a whole like another wing that was fish, and then dude, it was even more sad because outdoors, they had this fucking like, it was like this petting zoo, and it was
what?
It was like parrots. I don't know why it was parrots, like, because I don't imagine parrots as like a petable fucking thing. It was $5 fucking to go into this shit ass petting zoo that had 6 parrots and had like 2 miniature horses. And man, you could just tell that they like beat those horses and like they just treat them like shit. And I'm like, man, I can't like, I want to treat the animals. They're gonna be treated so much better, the ones that we have, because like, these people are just like, it's carny shit. They throw them in the back of a truck in the heat, drive them over there, make them stand out in the fucking sun. Hey, turn your tricks, horse. Fucking turn me some money, horse. And it's just, man, it's just so bad. And they don't even feed them. Like, it's fucked up. They looked all skinny. But anyways, I'm digressing. But yeah, it was just some carny shit. And I don't know. I don't approve of this. And the organization, it was at the Pomona Fairplex too, and that place is a real shithole. All right, it is bad. I get it that it's been there since fucking 1945 or whatever, but Jesus Christ, you guys, it's fucking 2026. Just do a little updates. All right, I mean, the parking situation was fine once you got in, but the getting in was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? They had fucking like, they have 8 lanes to get in, and they had like 3 of them open. So everybody thinks you can go to the lanes and there's no one there, and then everybody's trying to cut over. And it's just like, dude, it took us fucking an hour just to get from the street into the fucking parking lot.
Yeah. And
it was like ridiculous. So anyways, they did have some sweet trams though that drove you back to your car, which was kind of nice. So it was pretty sweet. We had to park a crooked fucking mile, but walking in, it was a bitch. And then of course I had to carry Chloe the whole way because she's lazy.
Did they have weird treats or stuff? Because they have like alligator jerky or something.
No, man, they didn't have any weird shit like that, which I was kind of surprised. Like the what it was like, they had this one that was like 1,001 different pet keychains. and it was like those ones where it's like they're like those little ones made of yarn or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they had shit like that. It was like weird kitschy shit. There was a Labubu fucking booth there that had all the Labubus you could buy. There was like a million of them, dude. It was crazy. Yeah, I don't know why.
What does that have to do with reptiles?
I have no idea. And then there was some lady doing hair, and then there was a feed a butterfly booth where you could feed a live butterfly, and it was $15.
I could do that on any other day.
Yeah, I was like, I could just do that standing on the street. Like, why would I pay you $15 to feed a fucking butterfly? What kind of bullshit is that? Anyway, like I said, it's carny shit. Like that's what it is. These traveling exhibits and expos are just, it's carny shit. And yeah, it's fucking crazy. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was funny, and it's just, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I hope that, I mean, fuck, she loved it, so I'm probably gonna have to go back again when they come back next year. But whatever, it is what it is. So luckily, she got overwhelmed with all the people, and after like an hour and a half, she was like, "Oh, okay, I'm just overstimulated. I need to go." And I was like, "Hell yeah, son, let's get out of here." And
was there any chance that she was actually gonna get a pet reptile?
Oh fuck no. I wasn't gonna buy from those assholes. Like,
okay, just curious.
She already has a fucking snake.
What do you mean she has a snake?
She has a snake. She has a corn snake or milk snake or whatever. The milk snake is what it's called.
Where'd she get it?
It's up in her room. We got it at Petco.
And you bought it after that? Or
no, this was like months ago.
And she wanted it?
Yeah, she loves fucking snakes. That's why she wanted to go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she loves that shit. She loves snakes. She got a stuffed little fucking snake.
She's not afraid of getting bitten or anything like that? I mean, I know a corn snake is not like...
No, they're not venomous or anything. I learned venomous because I said poisonous, and she says, that's not the same thing. They would be venomous. And I'm like, okay, smart ass, Jesus Christ.
Did you, have you brought it out to show the dogs, like, here's a new friend?
Oh, no, they would eat it. Like,
okay.
The cat has already been, like, kind of... And then she has mice, too. She got mice for her birthday. She wanted 2 mice. And I'm like, the snake eats mice, right? And she's like, well,
that's for her to figure out.
Yeah. Well, she's like, oh, they're not going to be in the same cage.
Yeah, you don't know that.
And I'm like, well,
yeah,
I might get squirrely one day and fucking decide to throw one in there.
Yeah,
But the cat wants to eat the mice 100%. Like, she got in the room, and I'm like, hey, like, if you get these mice, you need to make sure you keep the door closed. And of course, on the first fucking day, Chloe forgot to fucking close the door.
And now there's only 2.
No, there's only one. Yeah. No, they're still in there because I'll tell you what, the mice are a fucking pain in the ass because the cage we got isn't spaced small enough so they could fit through and get out. So I had to go to fucking Tractor Supply and get this like fucking real thin fucking chicken wire that's like got these really small holes, and I had to fucking cut it and wrap the entire fucking thing. I cut all my hands up doing this shit. It was such a pain in the fucking ass. I had to do the 2 doors. It was a fucking, and I had to zip tie it. I had to zip tie this thing into 1,000 zip ties to everything so they couldn't get out.
She feeds all the animals, including all the other dogs?
No, Chloe feeds her, well, the milk snake's an asshole, so he won't eat food. Like, if you leave it in there, he won't eat it. You got to put him in a fucking paper bag and make him fight it, and then he'll eat it. Like, it's the weirdest shit, man. I don't get it. And then he's a murder noodle. Like, he literally just fucking wants to kill everybody. And I don't know. Chloe thinks he's hilarious, but I'm like, whatever, dude. And so
so then the dogs are hers too, or all the animals hers?
No, the dogs are ours because we had them before she was born.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then she's got the snake and she's got the 2 mice, and then I mean, really, like, the dogs and the cat are like family pets. So I mean, the cat lived in our shed and we just took her in, so that wasn't really like a Chloe choice to pick the cat, Yeah. So the snake and the mice, she picked them, herself.
And she's responsible for each of them?
Yeah, so we got her this little vacuum that sucks up all the poops in there and everything, and then she cleans all the stuff, and, so they're little fuckers. I don't know.
Where does she keep them?
They're just in her room.
Oh.
So they're in like a cage, and then she has the snake on a TV stand type thing, and, just chilling there.
Yeah, I guess.
So, hey, it works, But anyways, all right, well, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No.
All right, well, that'll be the end of it. So thanks for listening, and go check us out on all our bullshit. And we'll see you guys on the next one. This has been the Butt Fuck Nowhere Show. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, subscribe and like on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. Also on Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. Also visit our website, www.GameRageMagazine.com, for a host of other podcasts and more. Thanks for listening.